Brad Pitt is reportedly making a final attempt to repair his fractured relationship with his children, particularly twins Knox and Vivienne, as they approach their 17th birthday. According to new reports, the actor has been reaching out privately in recent weeks, hoping to reconnect before the milestone arrives. The timing, friends say, is not a coincidence. Pitt believes this might be his last real chance to heal the distance with the youngest members of the family before they reach adulthood. Sources close to Pitt claim he has been deeply affected by the recent wave of distance growing between him and his children. Although he remains legally a co-parent with Angelina Jolie, many of the children have reportedly limited contact with him. His relationship with Maddox, Pax, and Zahara is described as almost non-existent. Shiloh, who recently filed legal paperwork to drop Pitt from her last name on her 18th birthday, has also become increasingly distant. Now, with Vivienne already dropping Pitt from her surname and Knox turning 17, Pitt is making what insiders are calling a desperate push to maintain some presence in their lives. This effort from Pitt reportedly includes private messages, requests for short meetups, and attempts to send gifts and handwritten notes. The response has been minimal. According to Page 6 and other outlets, Vivienne has shown little interest in rebuilding ties, while Knox has remained more open but cautious. The twins, who were once featured in public outings and photographed frequently with both parents, have remained mostly out of the spotlight in recent years, especially following the increasing tension between their parents. If you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe. We bring you the latest updates around celebrities. The attempts come amid ongoing legal conflict between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, particularly regarding their shared ownership of Chateau Miraval, a French winery the former couple once purchased together. The legal battle over the estate has become one of the longest and most bitter disputes following their split. Recently, Pitt's legal team filed to access private emails and messages sent by Jolie, claiming that they could reveal alleged intentional sabotage tied to her decision to sell her stake in the winery without his consent. Friends of Pitt say the legal case and family estrangement are taking a toll. While the actor has maintained a public image of stability and professionalism, appearing at events and working on film projects, those close to him have described his personal life as marked by regret and emotional weight. He has reportedly expressed that the time lost with his children cannot be recovered and that he fears it may be too late to reverse the damage, especially after multiple of his children have distanced themselves both privately and publicly. The situation intensified after reports emerged that Vivienne had quietly removed Pitt from her last name on documents for professional work. Vivienne has been involved in theater productions with her mother, most notably working as an assistant on Jolie's stage adaptation of The Outsiders. The decision to not include her father's surname on production materials was interpreted by many outlets as a deliberate message. Sources familiar with the family say that Pitt wasn't blindsided by Vivienne's decision, but that it still hurt. Having experienced a similar move from Shiloh just weeks earlier, Pitt reportedly began to see the writing on the wall. His current efforts to reach out to the twins were described as urgent and emotional by people in his circle, not because of upcoming birthdays alone, but because he recognizes how quickly time is passing and how little control he has left. Meanwhile, Angelina Jolie has not publicly commented on the reports of Pitt's outreach or the legal proceedings involving the Miraval estate. Her public appearances continue to revolve around humanitarian work and her children's creative and academic pursuits. Jolie has remained largely silent on matters involving Pitt, unless responding through legal representatives in court filings. At the heart of Pitt's effort is what sources are calling his final shot at maintaining any long-term relationship with the twins. Unlike his older children, who have reportedly made up their minds about maintaining distance, Knox and Vivienne are still minors, though barely, and their decisions are still forming. Knox, who has reportedly maintained the Jolie Pitt name, is viewed by Pitt's friends as the last potential connection in a family that has increasingly cut ties with him since the high-profile 2016 plane incident. That private jet incident, which reportedly involved an argument between Pitt and Maddox, remains the central fracture in the family. While Pitt was never charged with any crime, the fallout led to intense legal proceedings over custody and property, and it dramatically altered the course of his relationship with all 6 children. Over time, attempts at joint custody evolved into rare supervised visits and, eventually, near silence with most of the children. Even though Knox and Vivienne were younger at the time of the plane incident, the long-term effects of the split and the environment that followed have clearly left their mark. Friends of Pitt told outlets that he believes time is not on his side, and that once the twins turn 18, any legal opportunity to be involved in their lives would end, meaning whatever emotional bridge needs to be built must happen soon. In addition to his attempts to connect personally, Pitt has also been working behind the scenes to clear legal barriers that may affect his ability to see the children. That includes maintaining compliance with previous custody agreements, continuing therapy sessions that were part of family court recommendations, and reportedly backing away from any public commentary that could aggravate the situation further. His team has made it clear that he wants his children to know he is willing to do the work. But whether that is received or reciprocated remains uncertain. The broader legal war over Chateau Miraval continues to feed into the tensions. Pitt's latest legal filing accuses Jolie of attempting to undermine his rights in their shared business, particularly by secretly selling her stake to a company affiliated with Russian oligarch Yuri Shefler. Jolie has denied any wrongdoing and maintains that the sale was her legal right. The lawsuit has been ongoing for several years and has expanded to include complex financial disputes, contractual claims, and now access to Jolie's personal communications. This dual front, the legal war and the family divide, has created a public narrative in which Pitt is portrayed as both the aggressor in court and the rejected father in private life. His representatives have not responded to these portrayals directly, but have focused instead on filings and private actions aimed at reconciliation. As Vivienne and Knox prepare to mark their 17th birthday, observers note that the milestone might pass quietly. No public plans have been announced by either Pitt or Jolie, and there's no indication that any kind of family gathering is expected. Whether Pitt's outreach results in any meaningful connection before the birthday remains to be seen. Despite the silence from the children publicly, the shift in their surnames has continued to draw attention. First, it was Zahara who reportedly introduced herself without the Pitt name at a college event. Then Shiloh followed by filing a legal request on her 18th birthday to drop Pitt from her name. Vivienne, though not filing a court petition, opted to go by Vivienne Jolie in professional credits. The pattern has been consistent, a visible distancing from their father's name without formal public statements. Insiders say Brad Pitt has become increasingly aware of how these changes reflect a larger message, not just in the legal sense, but symbolically. The absence of his name from his daughter's identities is seen by many in his circle as a painful rejection, even if it's not stated directly. However, sources also clarify that Pitt has not responded with anger or legal pushback regarding the name removals. Instead, he's focused his efforts on one-on-one communication, trying to rebuild trust on a personal level. The situation is further complicated by Pitt's ongoing sobriety and mental health work, which began after the 2016 split. Those close to him say he has remained committed to recovery, therapy, and privacy. Over the years, Pitt has spoken briefly in interviews about personal growth and regret, but he has not publicly commented on his children's choices. His media appearances remain carefully curated, and he avoids discussing family matters entirely. Privately, however, sources suggest Pitt has shared deep concern about the long-term effects of the rift. He reportedly believes the current situation reflects years of unresolved tension and legal entanglement that have hurt all parties involved. His hope, they say, is that Knox and Vivienne might still be open to communication and that time hasn't fully erased the possibility of healing. Angelina Jolie, meanwhile, has continued with her public work, traveling and appearing with her children at cultural, educational, and theater events. Her close relationship with Vivienne, especially as they collaborate in the theater world, appears to be a priority. There has been no public indication that she's obstructing Pitt's access to the twins, though multiple court documents from both parties over the years have painted a complex and bitter custody timeline. The twins' upcoming birthday may pass without media coverage or public images, as has become the norm for most of the children since Jolie and Pitt's separation. But the attention remains high. not because of celebration plans, but due to the legal and emotional weight now surrounding each family milestone. Every birthday, name change, or career step by the children now functions as a quiet update in a public family divide. As of now, there is no confirmation that Pitt will attend or be included in any birthday-related activity. His recent outreach reportedly includes private letters and offers to meet, but insiders say nothing has been formally accepted. Whether he gets to see them or not remains uncertain. In the background, the legal battle over the Chateau Miraval estate presses forward. Pitt's team has made a recent request for access to Jolie's private communications, specifically looking to uncover messages they believe could support their claim that her sale of her ownership stake was retaliatory. Jolie's legal team has denied the accusations and is pushing back against those discovery efforts, calling them invasive and unnecessary. While the court proceedings unfold, the deeper emotional storyline continues behind the scenes. Pitt's attempts to repair what he sees as fractured relationships with his children, particularly the youngest, underscore the broader damage caused by years of litigation, silence, and separation. For now, Pitt remains hopeful but realistic. There has been no public response from any of the children, and no interviews or statements regarding their relationships with either parent.